We're joined now by Alexei Anisin, who is in Prague. He's the Dean of the School of International Relations and Diplomacy at the Anglo-American University there. Alexei, what more has emerged about this shooter and his possible motivations and state of mind?
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me on. And yeah, in the last 6 hours or so, it's been clear that the shooter obviously was suicidal. Some of his social media posts have been circulating around, and he claims, to wanted to have killed and take his own life. And another piece of information which you may find interesting is that police revealed that he brought 8 different guns into the premises of the university, which really indicates that he was militarized in his approach. And I think 5 or 6 days ago, there was a homicide on the outskirts of Prague in which a 32-year-old man and his infant baby were killed. So police are now suspecting that the offender also carried out that act of violence. So more and more information is obviously emerging, and I think each hour we get new details.
And Alexei, there were some really astonishing images of students clinging onto the sides of buildings and jumping from rooftops. What more do we know about what was going on and how things were unfolding that they had to hide in that way?
Yeah, sure. So to contextualize it, the building in which this occurred in was quite a historic building with Baroque architecture, as the whole area is really engulfed in beautiful architecture. So I think the students acted rationally and found hiding spots on the edge of the building. However, I don't know, I can't confirm this report, but I recently saw in Czech media that at least one person died from falling. So there's obviously looks like there were some trade-offs there. There were some also gruesome videos from some of the students that were hiding in a class, and I believe up to a dozen people were saved because they hid in a classroom or a part of the building which the shooter didn't know about.
And Alexei, we're seeing some live pictures now of people gathering in Prague to mourn. Tell us a little bit more about the feeling in the Czech Republic today and what's happening in Prague as the country comes to terms with this awful incident.
Yeah, so complete shock, totally unstereotypical incident. Comparatively, the Czech Republic has among the lowest homicide rates in the world. So it is very shocking for 15 or 14 people to have died in one night, and especially in the way that they did. So I think currently people are still coming to terms with it. There's a lot of discussion surrounding the police response and then the subsequent political response on potential gun regulations. But yeah, definitely a shock, and one that I personally am shocked by because the incident took place quite close to my work, and I've also been researching these cases for quite a long time, and I never thought that I would see a case of this nature here at this time. 3 or 4 years ago, there were a string of incidents, but they were not as lethal, and they weren't as well or meticulously planned.
Alexei Anisin from the Anglo-American University in the Czech Republic. Many thanks for joining us, and our condolences to your fellow countrymen and women.